So, she had no business hiring this person, even though he sounded extremely eager. Beep. Siddle hung up the phone. On the other end, the store manager blankly raised his cell phone. He knew that the salary he offered was very low, but if he didn't really have no money, he wouldn't try to force a girl who seemed to have no work experience to hire. It was really difficult to hire people. The nights in America were inherently unsafe, and very few people were willing to stay up all night in this city to earn the minimum wage. Because he was at a loss for words, the store manager didn't dare to refute. Moreover, what did this girl just say? I don't need to make money, I'm only responsible for spending money. Listen, is this something a human can say? But he had to admit that he was very jealous. Looking at the deserted store, he touched the coins in bag. The store manager pulled a sign out in front of the reception desk with a sad and resentful mood. The store manager is on a business trip. If you need food, please get it yourself and pay for it. He really couldn't run this store anymore, so today he just wanted to be lazy and go out to relax. He often suspected that even thieves wouldn't bother to come to this place. He didn't know why the Fazbear Entertainment Company was so determined to make him hire night patrol staff. Siddle hung up the phone and recalled what the manager of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza had said, suddenly feeling that something was wrong. The joints of the model were leaking dirty things, giving off an unpleasant smell. Could it be that something strange was stuffed inside the model? A strange feeling arose in her heart. After thinking about it over and over again, she finds the location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza on the map. The location wasn't too far. Siddle hesitated for a moment. Before going out to catch a taxi, she searched the internet for information about this pizza shop. There was no response from anyone about the pizza shop other than the advertisement for night patrol staff. Only when it first opened, there was a piece of news that talked about the uniqueness of this pizza shop. There were 5 strangely shaped models on display in the shop. The news also posted pictures of the 5 models, a rabbit, a bear, a chicken, and a fox. There was also a yellow bear. Those models were all similar in height, shape, and were very large. If there was a fight, humans probably wouldn't be able to defeat these things. The premise was that they could move. There was no other information. She thought for a few seconds and changed the keyword to the organization behind the pizza shop that the manager mentioned. Fazbear Entertainment. This time, Siddle found more information. She knew the origin of the 5 models in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. In the production history, it turned out that they were created decades ago. Not only that, these seemingly normal things, no, these huge robots that looked very dangerous were also involved in an extremely bloody and terrifying incident. The Bite of 87 incident once shocked the United States. The Bite of 87 incident also happened at a pizza shop called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, but that shop had closed for a long time. On November 8, 1987, a birthday party was held at that pizza shop. There were many large robots placed in the pizza shop. The victim was bitten off the frontal lobe by one of those robots. Although the victim did not die, he fell into a coma for a long time. This incident shocked the United States. Many people like the style of the robots placed in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. They think that their designs look mysterious, strange, unique and very cool. But then, even more people have an obsession with large toys. Under pressure from public opinion, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza of the last century quickly closed after the 87 bites incident. Regarding the incident of the robot biting people, the company behind the pizza shop, Fazbear Entertainment, gave an explanation. They said that the cause was due to old machines, leading to injury accidents. Robots that were likely to break down were removed and prototypes were kept as a hope for the company to restructure. Yes, they did not destroy all the robots. There were 9 large robots placed in the pizza shop last century, but the company only destroyed some of them. They kept 5 robots and many years later, they reopened Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and brought the 5 robots returned to the store. The 4 animals in the store were rabbits, bears, chickens, and foxes, along with a yellow bear. When she learned this, Siddle couldn't help but frown. Why was this Fazbear Entertainment Company so stubborn about opening a pizza shop? Actually, in the 80s of the last century, the robots in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza were very famous in America and were loved by many people. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been able to find information about a pizza shop from decades ago so quickly. Feeling that something was wrong, Siddle began to look up the background of Fazbear Entertainment. However, more than 10 minutes later, she discovered. The founder of this company created the first generation of robots that became famous in America in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Continuing to follow the trail, she found out more, horrifying and bloody stories that happened to these robots. However, perhaps because of the long time past or some other reason, incidents much worse than the bite of 87 were not widely publicized online. In the 60s and 70s of the 20th century, in Hurricane City, Utah, two men cooperated to establish a famous restaurant with performances of moving robots. The business of this restaurant was very prosperous not because of the delicious food but because of the flexible and lifelike robots inside. One was named Henry Emily and the other was named William Afton. The restaurant business they founded was growing. Henry was responsible for managing the restaurant, while William was a talented robot maker. The robots he made had unique shapes, sophisticated structures, and could easily perform many difficult tricks. These robots were loved by children and sought after by adults. Everything seemed to be going smoothly. Henry and William made a lot of money and became famous. Until one day, an accident happened. Henry's daughter Charlotte died tragically. Her body was found in a pile of trash next to a restaurant, next to a robot. Henry's daughter's death forced the restaurant to close. However, after the restaurant closed, bloody cases continued. William's youngest son, Amy, also died in the mouth of a robot. His head was bitten by sharp teeth that fell from the robot. The strong friction caused his bones to deform and shatter. After 6 days of struggling in bed, he died in pain. But Charlotte and Amy's deaths were several years apart. After Charlotte's death, the restaurant was forced to close, but a few years later, William and Henry re-established Fazbear Entertainment, opened Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and brought the robots back into the public eye. By this point, Siddle was speechless. After the robots were reintroduced to the public, William's youngest son Amy died in the mouth of one of the robots shortly after. But the boy's death did not make William and Henry close up shop and abandon their robots. Until other incidents occurred. 5 children disappeared from Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Their bodies were never found, so they weren't considered dead, but they never appeared again. The case of the 5 missing children in the pizza shop put an end to the glory of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. It was not only because of public opinion and pressure. The main reason was that William, one of the 2 owners of the pizza shop and the robot maker, was brought to trial. He was charged by the police because in the surveillance camera, William dressed in a robot costume to lure the missing children into a secret room in the pizza shop. However, due to the lack of witnesses, evidence, information about the deaths and bodies of the children, a video from the surveillance camera alone was not enough to convict William. As a suspect, William was eventually released. Since then, he has not been prosecuted. But Siddle always felt that this was not that simple. This may not be an unfounded speculation of the police, because after this incident, and then the bite of 87 incident, the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza chain quickly closed down. Fazbear Entertainment was also quickly dissolved. From a few short old news items, one thing can be learned. When Fazbear Entertainment dissolved, the 2 once close partners, William and Henry, seemed to have parted ways in discord. After that, the 2 of them did not leave any news online anymore. After a while of searching, Siddle found all the connections between Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and Fazbear Entertainment, as well as the bloody cases that had occurred. Because it had been so long, some details were still unclear, but at that time these incidents were considered very serious. The trivial details could no longer be traced, only the case of a person dying with a strong smell of blood was still reported. She calculated in her head and compiled a brief timeline. In the 60s and 70s of the last century, William and Henry cooperated to open a restaurant, using special robots as attractions to attract customers. Henry was in charge of the business and William built the robot. Until Henry's daughter Charlotte suddenly died right next to the restaurant, with a robot beside her. Because the murderer could not be found, the restaurant was forced to close. But the following year, William and Henry teamed up again to open the Fazbear Entertainment Company. They then founded a chain of pizza stores called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. These were also the first branches of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. However, a few years later, William's youngest son Amy was bitten by a robot in a store and died from severe injuries. After that, 5 more children mysteriously disappeared in the pizza store. William was considered a suspect but was released due to lack of evidence. The bodies of the 5 children have not yet been found.